Hello, hello, hello. This is Debrena Jackson Gandy, and I am so excited that you are joining me for my almost in Facebook, IG Live Relationships Cafe. So hello, come on in. Hello, Josephine. Hello, Valencia and Ms. Watson. Come on in. Hey. Yes, you can wave at me to let me know you're here. Hey, everybody. So good to see you. Hello, Andrea and Divine Feminine and Diva 99. Come on in. Join me. Welcome to the Relationships Cafe Live. Woohoo! With Debrena Jackson Gandy. Thank you for the hearts. Yes, wave. Let me know you're here. Hello. Hello, Michelle Griffin. Come on in. Hello. Welcome to the Relationships Cafe Live. This is Debrena Jackson Gandy, national best-selling author, master life coach, relationships mentor, author of this fabulous book, The Love Lies, and 2 other nationally published best-selling books, founder of the Love Academy and Mentality and Covenant Academy. So, hello, come on in. We're going to have a conversation, and it's going to be juicy. It's going to be yummy. Thank you for the hearts. Wave, let me know you're here. Hello from Oakland. Hey, Oakland, how you doing? Come on in, grab a seat. We are going to get started in just moments. Hey, Joe Nathan. Hey. We always love it. I always love it when we have the brothers on too, representing. Hello. Come on in, y'all. How you doing? How you doing this fabulous, marvelous Monday? I'm so excited you are here. We're going to have a conversation. I'm going to drop a little science. Is that okay? I'm going to share some things that are non-typical. Not more of that recycled love relationships rhetoric we've heard too much of, and it ain't working. And it's frustrating us. Yes? Can you relate? Hello, Miss Lily from Hawaii. Hello. Welcome, everybody, to the Relationships Cafe Live. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let me know where you are joining me from. What city, what state, what country? Oh, thank you, Divine Feminine. I'm so glad my books have blessed you. Yay. Well, let me tell you all what today's conversation is about. This is the first episode of my new Relationships Cafe Live. And the conversation tonight is about why dating has failed us. Y'all want to know about that? Let me know. You all want to know about why dating has failed us? Well, I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to be drawing on my 10 years of doing very focused love relationships work with singles and marrieds and couples in crisis in their marriages and those who were single when I met them. And after they did work with me, they're one of my 48 students that are newly married. Woo! And that includes those who were divorced and remarried, those who were widowed and remarried. How about that? So all kinds of scenarios where I have seen those who apply what I'm talking about. It works. I also have a mentality course, so I have the opportunity to work with men in my men-only seminars, and I say men-only so they feel at ease and at peace to be able to speak truthfully. All right, so I'm going to be drawing a little bit from all those places and spaces. Also from being a master life coach, having worked with thousands of clients and students over these last 20 years especially. So if you're a note taker, and I know I am, get out your notes. I actually have written some notes down. I had so much yummy stuff that I wanted to share with you all that I had to take notes. I didn't want to forget anything. So we are going to jump right in. So for those of you who may not be already familiar with me, hello. I am Debrena Jackson Gandy, the $1 Million Mentor. Hey, Nakia, Magnetic Woman Coach. How you doing? It's so good to see students and clients and friends and associates joining me. Yeah, let me know. Hey, Glam Tam, what's up? What's up? So, I am drawing on a lot of different sources tonight as I talk about why dating has failed us. And if you are a note taker like me, then get out your notes so you can write things down. I really believe in not trying to commit things to memory, but really chronicling them so you can go back and review. Hello, hello. Come on in. Come on in. Let me know where you're joining from. Okay, give me some love. Is this your first time on one of my lives? Probably so, because this is only my second one. So let me jump right in. So this live format, because I haven't done a lot of live on IG, like I said, this is on my second one, was really prompted by the year 2020. Have you noticed in your own life, or as you look around and observe, that the year 2020, we usually say 2020 vision, and it was definitely a year of seeing things that we had not seen or noticed before because we were moving so fast. And it also revealed a lot of what I call love STDs. Love STDs. Love socially transmitted delusions. Love STDs. Socially transmitted delusions. I can't get the word out. So type that in for me. Love STDs equals love socially transmitted delusions. And 2020 revealed vividly and painfully for many of us, whether single or married, that we had been infected by a lot of love STDs. And the love STDs have created so much confusion, and they have us operating out of a paradigm that we have been taught, told, and shown from a very young age. And it's very specific to the Western American culture. And so as I talk about why dating has failed us, I'm going to be challenging a lot of what's part of the love STDs that we inherit and receive in this culture. The love socially transmitted delusions that we receive in this culture. In my third book, I actually call them the love lies. So I want you to notice, if you haven't already experienced it, that for most of us, dating has failed us. How do I know? Because I first started out by working backwards. I looked at marriage. I call it covenant marriage. And America, the United States of America, land of the free, home of the brave, has the highest divorce rate of any other country on the face of planet Earth. Did you know that? And we have 196 countries represented on this globe. And out of all of those countries, we are at the bottom of the barrel. What? Bottom of the barrel? Yes. So what that tells us is that whatever we are doing, however we are engaging, however we are interacting, and whatever beliefs that we are operating from are failing us miserably. And then 51% may not divorce, but that other 49% often their marriages or their relationships are dead, conflicted, unharmonious, filled with frustration and irritation. So I want you to know, without having to think too deeply or profoundly, that whatever we are doing is not working for the vast majority of us. So I'm going to start with talking about dating tonight. I will talk about marriage in some future Relationships Cafe broadcasts. But I want to point out why it's not working for us. There are some premises, and in my teachings, I call it beliefs. Beliefs are cause, behavior is effect. Let me say that again. Beliefs operate like our human software, and they are cause, or you could consider it like the seed, if we were using a planting analogy or a gardening analogy. And our behavior is the effect or the plant that grows from the seed. So when we look at the beliefs that we are operating from around dating, and then we look at the plants it yields, it's failing us miserably. Would you agree? If you agree, send me some hearts. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Is this making sense? I'm setting the stage here. Is this making sense? Is this making sense? All right. So I'm going to refer to my notes here because I don't want to miss anything. So when we look at how we've been doing dating, we claim that it's about getting to know the other. I teach Love Academy. I have a full day intensive that I do. I can't wait to go back, get back to doing it live in person. I've done it virtual a few times and it was awesome, but live, there's nothing like it. In person, nothing like it. And when I ask them, why do we date? What's the purpose of dating? They will say, to get to know the other. So here's the first reason that dating has failed us. Because we say and we claim that it's about getting to know the other, or in this case, getting to know the guy. But in actuality, that is absolutely not what's going on. And it's really not what we're interested in. What, Debrena, what are you saying? Here's what's actually going on. Getting to know him is not happening. What is happening, ladies, and for the gents on the line, I know you've probably felt the energy of this already, is that judging and assessing is going on. That we come to interactions with guys, with men, with brothers, and we have what I call the list in our head. And all the women watching this know what I'm talking about, the list. We have the list in our head. And as we're engaging with him, we're not being present to him. We're being present to how many of these items on my list can I check off or give a thumbs up? Come on, somebody. Am I speaking some truth here? So while we say to men, we as women do not want to be objects. We don't want to be objectified. That's exactly what we've been doing in what I'm going to call the old or current dating paradigm approach or model. We haven't been trying to get to know him. There'd be no judging and assessing. There'd be no what I call scorecarding internally. Check, no check, leave it blank, question mark. I'll come back to that one. And on top of it, when you look at what's on our list, so much of what's on our list is features. Features, ladies, and not qualities. Height, that's a feature. Level of education, that's a feature. Annual income, that's a feature. We have been perceiving and interacting with men like they are a product at Best Buy. And we have our list in our head. We're going around judging and assessing them, scorecarding them. And for the guy who supposedly has the most marks, we're like, maybe he's the one. So one of the first things that is the downfall and at the root of why dating fails us as we've been doing it, we've been treating men like they're commodities to shop for and hunt for according to a list that we hold internally. Secondly, the list overwhelmingly consists of features. How do I know? Because to make this point in Love Academy, my live intensive, I actually asked women to make out their list. Every single woman knows what I mean. I have not one time had to say what I mean. Lily said, no, not at Best Buy. That's right, girl. Like you can shop for a man on the shelf. That's how we've been doing dating. And when I ask women what's on their list, at least half of what they've written down is a feature. Like a man is a commodity, like a man is a thing, like he's a washing machine with certain features. So if you're going to have a list, here's what's much more useful. A man is a human being. He's not a thing. So put down qualities that you would like to attract. Qualities that you would like to have him have and embody. Much more useful. Okay? And so, if it was about the list, if it was about his income, if it was about his looks, that means the wealthiest people would have the highest success rates in relationship and marriage. But guess what? Some of the worst. If it was about looks, primarily, then that means the most beautiful people would have the best success rate. Those who are actors and make money off of their appearance, literally. Those who are models and make money off their appearance, literally. But what you find is the opposite. In terms of marriage, which is trackable and has statistics, the divorce rate is on my second marriage, on my third marriage. So what we think is important and what's actually important are two totally different things. What we say dating is about, getting to know him, and what our behavior reveals are two totally different things. This is part of the love lies. This is part of the madness that continues equaling frustration, irritation. Are y'all following me? Someone said amen. Say amen, high five, give me some hearts if this is making sense. I'm just setting the stage. So it is time for a new paradigm for love, relationships, and marriage. It is time for a new paradigm, therefore, for dating. A different intention, a different context. All right? And because men respond to us, ladies, did you hear that? Men respond to us. When we shift, they shift. Woo! Isn't that awesome? When we shift, they shift. Now, why is it important if you have a list that it's an effective list? And an effective list is qualities, not features. Because love relationships are first and foremost a spiritual and an energetic phenomenon. And we're never explained those aspects of love relationships. And relationships, it doesn't have to be a love relationship, just relationships, especially male-female. And see what happens in relationships in general, and especially in the romantic relationship space, is we attract consistent with our beliefs and our vibration. We attract consistent with the qualities and the beliefs that we have embodied. So what happens when we're in Love Academy and I ask women to share the list? Half of them have features. I say, let's replace all the features with qualities. And then I ask them to go through each and every quality and rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 means you embody the quality. It is real, alive, and well, active, and present in your being. And if you ask 15 friends, they would agree. But guess what I find? When women go back and self-rate, and I have to remind them multiple times to be truthful because we tend to inflate self-rating scoring. When I go back and I ask them to self-rate, they're at 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, not 10s, but they want the man to be at a 10 for that quality. But they also have down on their list, honest. And we're not even honest with ourselves. So what you attract will be consistent with the level you actually embody, not the level you wished you embodied or the level you'd like to embody or the level you're aspiring to embody. So conversations about women settling is bogus. You are drawing men to you consistent with your beliefs and your vibration. And when a woman talks about settling, she's unaware of how she's showing up in the space in her interactions with men. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know. Let me see some hearts if this is making sense. Give me some feedback. Let me know. Let me know. Hey, Rainmaker. One of my awesome, amazing mentees. And one of the women in my preparation for partnership elite course. Hey. We actually have our live summit coming up in a couple weeks in South Beach, Miami. I'm so excited. All right, so y'all following me here? Why dating is failing us. All right? So, let me see what else I want to share. Oh, my goodness. Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Yes, how could I forget this one? Oh, my goodness. In my book, The Love Lies, I have 10 love lies for women. Why does it not say 10 love lies for men? Because the love lies that men inherit and are taught, shown, and told are different from the ones that we women are given. This is also contributes to the massive breakdown. So, Love line number 3, oh my goodness, and this infects our dating understanding. Love line number 3 says that we have a soul, S-O-L-E, soul, S-O-U-L, mate, that we have a soulmate. Yes, gentlemen watching this live broadcast, one of the beliefs that is fed to women, and it's repeated over and over again from a very, very young age, is that out there in this world of 7.5 billion human beings, half of them being men, that there's only one solitary soul, singular man on the face of planet Earth with whom we can have a deep soul level connection. What? Only one? So what if he dies prematurely from a childhood disease? That means what? Now you have no more possibilities for deep connection with any other male human on the planet. What? That love lie, the soulmate love lie. And hear me, I'm not saying we don't have soulmates. Women always want to distort, not always, often distort what I'm saying. I didn't say there are no soulmates. I said the notion of the soul, S-O-L-E, soulmate, is bogus. And we women buy it lock, stock, and barrel. Valentine's Day completely reinforces that love lie. So now let's think about it. You got this failed dating model where we claim that we're trying to get to know him, when in reality we're judging and assessing the heck out of men. And then the list that we're judging and assessing him against has features on it like he's a commodity, not even qualities. And then when we rate ourselves as to what degree I am embodying that which I want him to be a 10, we find ourselves at 4, 5, and 6s, not embodying it, but wanting him to embody it. Cray. And it makes us cray, right? Yes. It's insane. So are you starting to see how the insanity goes? And when we're operating on top of all that from a belief that we have a soulmate, can you start to recognize the kind of energy, desperate, the kind of energy allow dishonor in treatment, the kind of belief he might be the last one, the only one. Desperation is in our energy field when we're operating from the soulmate love lie. We can make very poor choices. We can tolerate things we got no business tolerating because we've been told, directly, indirectly, through media, through what we see, through what we heard women around us say, that on this planet there's only one possible man with whom we can have a deep soul level connection. Bogus! All right? So all of these things, when we get into a interaction with the man in the romantic context, are infecting our thinking and our behavior and our language. And let me tell you, ladies, men feel it. They feel the energy of the judging and assessing. Woo, Lord. And then, yes, and then you combine it, as one of the viewers said, with childhood issues like abandonment. Yes, let's call those holes in our soul. That's a whole nother conversation. The holes in our soul from our experience with our mama and daddy. And how if we haven't healed the holes in the soul, we subconsciously are looking for the other to provide what the parent didn't provide us. Woo! What? My, oh my. It's gnarly and tangled. This is why there's so much frustration and irritation. After folks have been married for 10 years, now the same person they fell in love with, sprung on, now they're complaining because they don't understand that they are subconsciously seeking out from the other, this other human being, for them to fill the places in their spirit that need to be filled. We treat, especially women, we treat men like human spackle. Fill my holes. Do you know that so many men feel inadequate. Now, they'll never admit it because men are such grand creatures. They don't complain. But when I'm in mentality, men feel that they're in a confidential, sacred space and they can speak truthfully. And they say, we feel inadequate, Debrena. We feel like no matter what we do, it's not enough. No matter what we do, the woman we're with or women in the love relationship space, in the romantic love relationship space are, my word, insatisfiable. Wow, that's the experience so many men are having being in relationship with us. Women, that's a problem. So what's so powerful is when you understand feminine energy, when you understand how God made man and woman, you understand that men respond to us. So when we shift, they do what? Shift. When we shift, they what? Shift. That's the great news. Now, I was trying to decide if I wanted to share about in my teachings this new paradigm that I talk about here, the love lies. I give you a new context, a new purpose, and a new intent for dating. I actually call it Debrena's new courtship paradigm, modern courtship. So I'm going to share a few of them, okay? If you want me to share a few, then send me some hearts. If you want me to share a few, I don't know. Do y'all want to hear a few? Send me some hearts and I'm going to share a few of you. Share these with you so you don't have to wait till another broadcast. Let me see some hearts. Want me to share a few? Debrena's modern courtship, the new paradigm that really works. It really is about getting to know him for real, for real, for real, not just in claim and language, but in behavior and practice. Oh, I'm getting the hearts. Okay, so here we go. Old paradigm based on the list, and the list has features like he's a thing, not qualities. The old paradigm, we're scorecarding. Old paradigm, on a date, we're looking for a man to show us a good time. Come on now. You know, the more expensive, the nicer place that he takes us to for that first date, the more points he gets. Come on now. I have a whole piece in the Love Lies where I talk about managing your energy units, and most of us mismanage our energy units. Woo! Too many, too fast, too soon. We don't know how to graduate use of our management of our energy units. Another conversation. So now let's talk a little bit about the Debrena's courtship model, modern courtship. So in this new paradigm, it truly is about getting to know him. So one of your intentions as the woman in the matter, the female in the matter, is to learn how to be, write this down, type it in, be fascinated. Be fascinated. When you're truly trying to get to know another, you're fascinated. You have a disposition of curiosity and wonder. There's no judgment. There's no scorecarding. There's no assessing. There's no thumbs up, thumbs down inside the theater of your mind. There's wonder and curiosity. There are questions that you ask that give you insight into his essence and his character. What has shaped him in becoming who he is. When I ask women, well, what kind of questions are you asking on your dates that would give you insight into a man's character and essence? They look at me like I got 8 heads. Why? Because they're asking what I call the biography questions. Oh, so where do you work? Oh, so where did you grow up? Oh, so where'd you go to school? Oh, what do you do? Oh, how many people in your family? That's biographical. He could write that on a piece of paper, slide it across the table, and give you a chance to review it. There's the answers. We are not asking questions that give us more insight into this being that we're engaging with in person, live, dating site, whatever it may be. Your questions change when you step into Debrena's new paradigm for dating, aka Debrena's modern courtship. No more biography questions. Because men have learned how to answer those in a way that gets them points, because they sense that there's a major judging going on. Right? It's like going in for a job interview. You want to answer in a way that they say, oh, okay, he gets some points. He gets some high points. Men don't even get to be authentic and real. They've learned how to respond to get points. And then our stuff is shallow. They even realize based on features, based on stuff that doesn't really matter, doesn't really come to bear, doesn't convert into what contributes to a juicy, fulfilling, deeply satisfying love relationship. Because we're operating in the love lies. We're operating in confusion, bad teaching, poor teaching, including what came from the pulpit. I didn't say what's in scripture. What came from the pulpit. So, learn how to be fascinated. We've lost that. We had it at age 3. Go to a playground, watch kids. You will see fascination. You will see wonder. You will see curiosity. You will see no judging and assessing. It's there. Bring it back out. Learn how to be fascinated. Yes, learn how to listen in a new way. Instead of for the answer on the scorecard in your mind, learn how to listen so you can ask a follow-up question that allows you to experience another facet of this incredible human being that you may be interacting with. How about that? Here's another intent of Debrena's modern courtship. Maybe a little water. That you, ladies watching this broadcast, learn how to be a great date. Not good date, great date. I have read many, online advice columns. And back in the day, you would have love relationship advice columns in actual physical magazines. And over again, I've been on many, many podcasts or listened to a few where women will say, we had a good time and I didn't hear from them again. What happened? You were a good date, but you weren't a great date. There's a difference. What's the difference? A man's experience of you when you're a great date is a totally different level from when you're a good date. Most women know how to be a good date. They don't know how to be a great date. I'm going to wait a few seconds. Dun, 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 dun. I know your next question is, well, Debrena, how do I get to be a great date? What does that involve? Well, if you have to ask, you probably don't know, which is okay, because most of us clearly don't know, because we're good dates and not great dates. How do you know if you're a great date? 2 reasons, 2 ways. 1, a man will tell you. It will come from his lips. And number 2, he is going to look to confirm the next time you all will be getting together while you're still together. He's not even going to talk about, no, I'll give you a call. No. He's experienced you, and he's had a great experience with you, and he knows other men will most likely have a great experience when they're in your company. He's not going to let a whole nother day go by. He's trying to lock it in before y'all in the current date you're on. Hello? When my students from Love Academy say, oh, Debrena, I went on a date. I said, were you a great date? How do you know? He will say so, and he will try to confirm the next time you two are going to get together. And he's not going to depend on some phone call the next day. 2 powerful ways to know. Yeah, that's another conversation. What way of being do men consider a great date? Most of us have no clue. Part of this process is we get to be humble. We've been acting like we know some stuff, and what we know has been based on bad teachings and what does not work and what consistently creates frustration, irritation, breakdown, and resignation. In The Love Lies, my 3rd national book, I use a metaphor of drinking from a poisonous well, and that the current love relationships paradigm, this very twisted, failing model, as well as the dating model that's failing, is like drinking from a poisonous well. You're standing in line, you got your little cup, you got people in front of you, people behind you, everybody's coming with their little cup in hand. And as you see people drinking from the well, putting their water out, filling their water with the water from this particular well and drinking it, next thing you know, they're laying on the ground, writhing and vomiting. And as you look around, there's people all over the place laying on the ground, writhing and vomiting. But you still move up person by person, and what do? You put your cup up to the same well and fill it, even though you see the evidence all around you of something is gravely wrong, something is making people sick, something is not working, something is poisoning the systems of all of those who are drinking from this well. And we put our cup right back up again and drink the well water, and then we experience the same writhing and vomiting. That is a metaphor for how we have been in love relationships. Everything around us, the commentary that we hear, the fallout from, the damage of how we've been doing love relationships is all around us, and especially marriage, especially during 2020. The curtain got pulled back. Toto pulled the curtain back and exposed what was really going on, and it was scary. That's right, shaking my head, putting our cup up to the well, drinking, eating the same deplorable results. That's because the current paradigm we've been given for marriage, love relationships, and dating is effed up. It's flawed. It's twisted. It's off base. It's unnatural. And the results we see are the fruit of this paradigm. Breakdown. Domestic violence, and the list goes on and on and on. So y'all, I haven't told you how to be a great date. I haven't even gotten into that yet. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Part of it is being fascinated, yes. Part of it is learning how to listen to him and not be checked out and in your head, because you're not present to him, because you're judging and assessing. Be fascinated. Learn how to be fascinated. Learn how to have that posture. It brings a fresh energy. And the last piece I'll mention, this in Debrena's modern courtship paradigm, it's also women, ladies, about learning how to get your radiance back on and practice being in your radiance, internal light that provides luminosity that actually beams out through your skin. People say, "Oh, you're radiant, you're glowing." That, getting that light back on and keeping it on. So, I could just go on and on. Can you tell? I love this topic. In my Love Relationships Intensive, Love Academy 101, Love Academy 201, it's a full day intensive. And afterwards, no one ever wants to leave. We have the afterglow for those who want to stay. Nobody gets up and goes home. People call babysitters, do all kinds of stuff. Now, I've given you a little taste of this new paradigm, and people are hungry. Oh my God, hungry for truth, because we have been fed lies. Hungry for what works, because what we know well is what doesn't work. And 2020 was the year of seeing clearly how effed up our current paradigm is and has been. Not to mention the suffering, the frustration that's gone on quietly on the parts of men and women inside our relationships, and especially inside our covenant marriages. So I'm here to tell you there is another way. And even more accurately than that, there's another level. There's another level available to us that we don't know anything about. You know how dogs have hearing that's above the level of humans? They can hear things that our ears don't pick up the frequency. It's the same thing when it comes to love relationships. There's another paradigm that you don't know much about. Because what you have inherited, what you've been taught, what you've been shown, what's been programmed into your belief system produces consistently, more so than not, failure. It ain't you though. That's the good news. It ain't just you. It ain't only you. You're operating from some bad programming. There's some viruses in the software. This is the debugger. Yes. So I want to thank you so much for joining me. And I'm going to be back again soon with my next IG Live. But what I want you to do is send me some questions that you want me to address. I'm going to call it viewer's choice, where instead of me deciding on the subject, that your questions are what is going to direct my responses. I hope I've stirred up some stuff. I hope I've challenged some stuff. And this is just a tiny, tiny bit. We're just scratching the surface. So my awesome social media manager is going to be tracking the questions that you send in, and I am going to be choosing a few, the ones that I think are the juiciest. And I'm going to be answering them on my next Relationships Cafe Live. So how can you stay connected? Well, on Facebook, I have the Sacred Society. It's a fabulous space where I am teaching about the Juicy Woman lifestyle. It's a wisdom oasis where we discuss all major 8 life areas and what it requires of us and what's available to us operating from what I call the Juicy Woman lifestyle. I have a 12-month life transformation course called Juicy Woman University. And I have Love Academy coming up. We're going to do it virtually again, but not till February. And then, dun, 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 on October 2nd, which is this Saturday, October 2nd, I'm doing something I haven't done before because people have so many questions about love relationships, about dating, about marriage, about business, about career, about health, wellness, God, spiritual development, parenting. The list goes on and on and on. And I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed to have a lot of good fruit. You will know a tree by its fruit. A lot of good fruit in many, many, many areas of my life. And it is not for the fruit to only benefit me and not only for my tree to produce good fruit. It is to fertilize other trees so you can understand how to produce good fruit. We are intended to experience life more abundantly as our norm, as how we roll. And I am so grateful that that's my reality. And for those who are ready, those who are open, those who are coachable, those who are teachable, I'm glad to usher you up into a new paradigm for living that I call Juicy Woman University. That I call, when it comes to love relationships, the love truths versus the what? Love lies. So October 2nd, which is a Saturday, I'm doing a special first time ever virtual event called the Wisdom Lab. 10 folks only. Space is already going. I just announced it on Saturday. 1 week before, I already got spaces being snatched up. So send me in the DM your email. And I'll have my assistant send you the information on the Wisdom Lab. It's going to be 2.5 powerful, potent hours where you get to come with 2 questions that you want to have answered. And when I answer questions, because I'm a coach, I'm a master life coach, I'm a mentor to 17 amazing men and women leaders across this country, I've learned how to really zero in on and provide laser, pinpoint, specific answers to people's questions. So come with 2. And we want to get at least 1 answered. And you get to be in the Wisdom Lab. A lab is an active space of learning. So you are going to also get to hear the answers to the questions of the other folks in the lab with you. All right? Wisdom Lab, Saturday, October 2nd in the morning. It's going to be 10 to 12:30 for those on the Pacific Coast time zone, and then 1 to 3:30 for those on the East. I don't know when I'm going to do it again. This is a result of requests. because I see so much confusion and chaos reigning behind the curtain of people's lives. I don't mean the public front facing. Okay? I mean, when you pull the curtain back, it can be kind of scary. Lots of gunk, funk, and junk, chaos, confusion, worry, anxiety, misunderstanding, operating from bad teaching, limiting beliefs. So I'm looking to make myself more available to people that might not already be students or clients. So the Wisdom Lab is one of the ways I'm doing that. Saturday, October 2nd, only 10 spots. They're already being snatched up. Send me a message. Put your name and email so that my fabulous social media manager, Miss Watson, can get those to me, and my assistant will send you the email on the Wisdom Lab, October 2nd. All right. And by sending me your email, you also will get added to my database. So when Love Academy comes up, you'll know about it. For those of you who would like a free gift, 2 free gifts, 3 free gifts, how about that? I invite you to go to Juicy Woman Lifestyle, juicywomanlifestyle.com, and get your free Sacred Self-Caring Woman's Toolkit. And that's another way that I can also have your email for some future yummy stuff I want to tell you about, namely Juicy Woman University. Registration is going to start at the end of October. Limited number of seats. It sells out every year. Yes, a 12-month life transformation program sells out every year. I know. I'm still delighted and surprised. Moving into our 5th year. So with that, I just want to thank all of you. This was only my 2nd IG Live. And so I just thank you so much for your love, for your hearts, for your comments, for your waves. And remember, questions. I want your questions, because on the next Relationships Cafe Live, it's going to be your questions that drive the conversation. I'm going to pick the juiciest. And brothers, I also want to hear from you too. Men, send in those questions. Because what you know, Debrena brings the truth. Okay, I'm for truth. I'm not for making women right or making men right. I'm for the truth. I'm for freedom. I'm for juicy love relationships and juicy living. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad you enjoyed this. And I look forward to staying connected, because this is about a new paradigm for living, y'all. 2020 was the last opportunity to draw your line in the sand. It was the last year of the old paradigm. That's why so many of us are having a hard time, because we're hanging on to old beliefs and old ways and old patterns and old habits and old friendships. When I was a Girl Scout, we had a song, make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other gold. We got too many silver friends. We're not adding more gold. You don't have to cut the silver out. But you need to add some gold. So a lot of us have the same silver. All right? So with that, thank you, love you, appreciate you, elevate together. That's what I'm about. I'm here to offer, to share, to contribute, to mentor, to coach, to teach those who are ready to elevate to a new paradigm for living life more abundantly. I call it the LY life, exceedingly abundantly. And oh, it's glorious. So thank you for joining me. And until next time, whether it's through the Sacred Society or through Relationships Cafe Live, or because you're going to be a student, oh my gosh, or because you're going to be in the Wisdom Lab with me October 2nd. Oh, let's stay connected. All right. Mwah. Love you. May the rest of your Monday continue to be marvelous. Love you.